This is iPhone 10.
When a confident Tim Cook announced the launch of Apple's iPhone 10 in September, the fanfare couldn't mask the risk his company was taking. Would enough consumers across the globe be willing to pay the $1,000 price tag of the latest and greatest iPhone? And now the answer, likely not. On Wednesday, Apple revised its revenue forecast for the first quarter, lowering it by up to $9 billion. And Cook says it's due to weak iPhone sales in China.
It's clear that the economy began to slow there for the second half. And what I believe to be the case is the trade tensions between the United States and China put additional pressure on their economy.
The U.S. is charging a 10% tariff on $200 billion of Chinese imports, and China has responded in kind to $60 billion of products shipped from the U.S. Within 2 months, the U.S. tariff on China will escalate to 25% if the two countries don't come to an agreement.
I respect China and I respect President Xi, but they've been killing us. $507 billion in trade deficits last year. 507.
But economists warn of longer-term consequences. They say the trade war can create a negative feedback loop. Apple's losses have pulled down global markets, which may further harm China's weakened economy, which only means more losses for U.S. companies that do business there. Chinese consumers have responded by turning inward, choosing cheaper domestic brands over U.S. luxury goods from Apple.
Mainly because the quality of phones from China's local brands have become better and better. Their market shares are rising.
The homegrown Huawei dominates the smartphone market in China. Its chief financial officer was arrested in Canada last month, accused of violating U.S. sanctions in her business dealings. That stirred anger among Chinese consumers, giving them still more reason to support Huawei and boycott Apple.
We still have a possible 60-day window for them to come to some sort of temporary agreement. I think, if anything, the trade war is bringing tensions that we already saw between the U.S. and China economically to the fore.
Trade talks between the U.S. and China are set to resume in Beijing this week. Heidi, Zhou-Castro, Al Jazeera, Washington.